So, boxing has finally delivered on what us fight fans want, okay? It's finally come through. It's not come through too late after Terence Crawford or Errol Spence have taken a loss. They're both undefeated. It's still a very intriguing fight. Obviously, people have been complaining and saying, Terence Crawford is a little bit older now, and Errol Spence is coming off a car crash, so this fight is not as intriguing. The fact is, they're both undefeated, and I would argue that Errol Spence gave a hell of a performance when he came back from the car crash and beat Danny Garcia. He gave one of the best performances on his career when he beat Ugas. And both of them are coming off very good performances. So from that perspective, I think this is the perfect time for the fight to happen. Obviously, if it happened a couple of years earlier, it would have been a better, because we didn't have to wait so long. And obviously, the points that they made about the car crash, there is a point there. I'm not saying it's complete nonsense. It's not nonsense. But let's be real. I think Errol Spence has redeemed himself with the performances against Danny Garcia and Ugas. So I think in a way, this is the perfect time for the fight to happen. They're both undefeated. They're both not over the hill, but I think they're right on the peak of the hill, both for Crawford and Errol Spence. So I'm finally happy that boxing has delivered. For the longest time, it was a running joke that the fights that fans want to see just never happen. But this year has been almost a great year for boxing. It's been a great year for the UFC and MMA in general, and I could not be happier. So I'm so happy that boxing has delivered a super fight on the magnitude, where the two best fighters of their weight classes, of their era, and the fights that all the fighters want to see, all the fight fans have been clamoring to see, has finally happened. And we're going to finally find out who's the king of the welterweight division. The welterweight division, the most glamorous division in the sport, the division where you've had greats in the past like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, you've had Sugar Ray Robinson, you've had the best fighters in the sport fight in this weight class, and it's going to carry on the lineage of that with past fights in the past that we've had. For example, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Thomas Hearns, Felix Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya, Mayweather versus Pacquiao is going to be part of that lineage. But unlike Mayweather versus Pacquiao, it's not after both fighters have taken a loss. It's not after too much has happened. They're both undefeated. They're both at the peak of their career, and boxing has finally delivered, and we've got the fight that we wanted to see, which is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, and it's going to happen today, and I cannot be happier. Tell me what you think below. Do you think this is a major win for boxing? I think it is. Even if it's a boring fight, the fact is the fight came at the right time, where both of them are in their prime and undefeated and ready to take each other on for all of the titles in the welterweight division. It's about to happen, and it's about to go down. Tell me what you think below. Who do you think is going to win? And I think this is a major win for boxing, and hopefully they continue this way, because this year has been hot for boxing. We got loads of great fights. We got Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. We got Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. We got the Fulton versus Inouye fight. We got several great fights that have happened. Lomachenko versus Haney. And finally, to cap it off, we've got to get the Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight that's been hugely anticipated for years, and we're going to finally get it, and we're going to finally see it today. Tell me what you think below. Finally, boxing has delivered, and I could not be happier. Like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.